Yeah. Locking in the basement in my chest. No one gets the key. Yeah. They see the diamond chain, see the fake smile wide. Don't see the four walls closing in the midnight. Don't see the mirror crack from a fist I threw. Don't see the blood I rinsed down the avenue. I laugh at funerals, cry at parties alone. Phone full of contacts, but I dial tone. Every scar got a story that I burn in the ash. Every tear that I hide is a knife in my back. My mama called last week, said, son, you look tired. I said, just the grind, but the truth is a liar. The truth is I'm a castle with the drawbridge up. The truth is I drink poison from a golden cup. They want the breakdown, want the scream, want the show. But real pain don't perform, it just crawls down low. It lives in the space between a heartbeat and a flat line. It wears a hoodie to your funeral, but never says he was mine. Real pain is private, you never see the cut. I bleed inside the elevator while the door is shut. Real pain is private, no post, no tears on the ground. I bury everybody back inside a quiet man. Real pain is private, the loudest scream is mute. I stitch my ribs together with a broken flute. Real pain is private, the king don't tell the crowd. He just sits up on his throne and swallows every cloud. I watch my brother turn to ghost in the speeding car. I watch my first love turn to stranger at a dive bar. I watch my own reflection turn to someone I don't know. A statue made of concrete that forgot how to grow. The therapist said, let it out. I said, let me out. She wrote a prescription, but I ripped it up and laughed aloud. You think a little pill can kill the monster in my marrow? You think a little talk can unbury every arrow? I got friends who post they strong on a Monday morning. Same friends who disappear when my whole sky was falling. Loyalty is a razor blade wrapped in a velvet glove. Trust is a funeral pyre and I ran out of love. So I walked through the party with a grin made of steel. Every how you doing gets a better than I feel. They want the crack, I'ma want the fall, want the crack. But real pain is a vault and I ain't giving the stack. Real pain is private, you never see the cut. I bleed inside the elevator while the door is shut. Real pain is private, no post, no tears on the ground. I bury everybody back inside a quiet man. Real pain is private, the loudest scream is mute. I stitch my ribs together with a broken flute. Real pain is private, the king don't tell the crowd. He just sits upon his throne and swallows every cloud. You wanna know the sound of a man who doesn't sleep? It's the hum of the refrigerator and a promise he can't keep. It's the empty side of the mattress and the phone that doesn't buzz. It's the moment you realize that nobody ever was. Nobody ever was, nobody ever will. I build my own cathedral on a pain-proof hill. The door has no handle, the windows have no glass. I let the whole world wave at me while I walk past. And if you ask me one more time, what's wrong, I swear I'll show you what's wrong, but you won't like the repair. So leave me in my silence, leave me in my rust. Real pain is a language and you lost the trust. Pain, pain. Real pain is private, you never see the cut. I bleed inside the elevator while the door is shut. Real pain is private, no post, no tears on the ground. I bury everybody back inside a quiet man. Flute. Real pain is private, the king don't tell the crowd. He just sits upon his throne and swallows every cloud. Yeah, swallows every cloud. Lock the basement, throw the key in the river. Real pain is private, it's private, it's private, it's private. I walked through the fire, boots full of ash. See men turn to water when the pressure came fast. You talking about loyalty, you don't know the half. Your shadow ran off while I stood in the blast. They been for the chick, they break for the clout. I watched them all for when the truth came out. Fingers pointing everywhere except at they mouth. But silence don't crack when the storm's all about. I kept my word in the city alive. Stood in the rain while they ran for the wise. Fake smiles burn like a funeral pie, but me, I stay cold like a gun in the mind. No trophy, no title, no chain on my chest. The truth ain't a necklace, it lives in the chest. You can bend the whole world, but loyalty to the test. But a silent man stands when the flow leaves the rest.
Truth stays silent when the walls fall down.
You break the ground, but you can't break the ground.
I don't need applause, I don't need the sound.
Just the silence of a man who never turned around.
Truth stays silent.
No cracks, no rust. You can bury the name, but you can't bury the trust. I seen kings go plastic, I seen guys turn dust, but the real one stands still when the lie goes bust. They say you a story wrapped in gold leaf. Promises hollow, every hand a damn thief. You show them the mirror, they beg for relief, but the truth ain't a bandage, just a blade in a sheath. I lost a few brothers cause they couldn't stare at the face of the fact that they was never really there. Now they running through the city like they repair, but they burn with their ego and they fake ass prayer. I don't forgive easy, I don't forget slow. The memory lives where the payment still goes. You want my respect and you reap what you sow. Solid don't wobble and solid don't owe. I move in the dark cause the lights overcrowded. The real shit is quiet, the loud shit's the loudest. You can buy a whole crowd, make the cowboy feel proudest, but the truth stays silent. You can't put a bounty on honest.
Truth stays silent when the walls fall down.
You can break the crown, but you can't break the ground. I don't
need applause, I don't need the sound.
Just the silence of a man who never turned around.
Truth stays silent.
No cracks, no rust. You can bury the name, but you can't bury the trust. I seen kings go plastic, I seen guys turn dust, but the real one stands still when the lie goes bust. No drums here, just the weight. You hear that? That's the sound of no escape. Boom. Promises are cheap, reputation's a shape, but a silent man, he's a shape you can't break. Truth ain't a moment. Truth ain't a phrase. Truth is the smell of the end of your days.
Truth stays silent when the walls fall down.
You can break the ground, but you can't break the ground. I don't
need applause, I don't need the sound.
Just the silence of a man who never turned around.
Truth stays silent.
No cracks, no rust. You can bury the name, but you can't bury the trust. I seen kings go plastic, I seen guys turn dust, but the real one stands still when the lie goes bust.
Truth stays silent.
No witness needed, no handshake, no oath. Just a
stay silent.
Echo of every time you chose not to fold, yeah. They'll forget your face, they'll forget your name, but the ground you stood on, that don't crack the same. Yeah. They sold their souls for a chain. I kept my truth in the rain. Check. They count the paper, I count the scars on my back. You chase a label, I chase a fact. Your watch is flooded, but your words are drought. I seen the king on the corner with nothing but clout. Fake smiles in the boardroom, diamonds on a leash. You think $1 million buys you in a piece? Nah, it buys you enemies, sycophants and lies. I'd rather starve with my name than feast with disguise. Every handshake's a contract written in deceit. Your whole empire standing on the street of feet. I walk through the fire, no check could save my skin. Money builds a coffin, truth lets you begin. Let that breathe. Truth over money, always, always. I seen the rich man crying his always. Truth over money, that's a code they can't buy. When the reaper comes, your gold won't fly. Truth over money, say it loud, say it clear. One honest breath beats a billionaire's fear. sold your brother for a feature, now you sleep with a knife. Your mama asked for help, you said not in this life. That's what the money does, turns hearts into stone. You end up on the throne, but you died all alone. I watched a hustler choose rent over a scam. He slept on the floor, but his kids gave a damn. That's wealth you can't ledger, that's interest that stays. Your stock might crash, but my name still weighs. You want my loyalty? Don't wave a check in my face. Bring me a promise that you'll keep it in this space. Money talks, but it stutters in the dark. Truth is a flame, money's just a spark. Truth over money, always, always. I seen the rich man cry in his hallway. Truth over money, that's a code they can't buy. When the reaper comes, your gold won't fly. Truth over money, say it loud, say it clear. One honest breath beats a billionaire's fear. They ask me how much for your principles. I say everything you don't have. They say, but everyone has a price. I say that's why everyone breaks. See, the market doesn't sell courage. The auction doesn't list loyalty. You can't finance a backbone, and you can't launder a conscience. So keep your dirty dividends. I keep my empty pockets and a full spine. Last verse, no chorus yet. Listen to the lesson. The richest man I knew died asking for a blessing. His vault was a fortress, his name in the news, but his children didn't cry, they just fought over shoes. That's the product you're buying, that's the bottom line. Money makes you powerful, but truth makes you divine. I'm not religious, I'm just tired of the fraud. You want my respect? Show me someone you say, nah, someone you clawed. I'll take a cardboard sign that says I tried my best, over a marble plaque that says he passed the test of greed, of deceit, or stepping on the weak. You call it hustle, I call it a league. In your soul, in your sleep, in the mirror every dawn. Truth over money, even when I'm gone. Even when the label drops me, even when the streams crash, I'll be the one who didn't turn his past to cash. Truth over money, always, always. I seen the rich man cry in his hallway. So for money, that's a code they can't buy. The reaper comes, your gold won't fly. Truth over money, say it loud, say it clear. One honest breath beats a billionaire's fear. One honest breath beats a billionaire's fear. Yeah. You keep the change, I'll keep the truth. Step, 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 step. Hard push, hard push. Truth don't roll. Truth don't bend. They told a story, I told a fact. You built a castle on a crack contract. Smile on my face, then whisper behind truth a knife. And they afraid of the grind. I seen the lies wear 100 faces. Promises made in empty spaces. You say you loyal, show me the scars. Not the rented chains, not the rented cars. Fame is alone with a snake interest. Loyalty a ghost, yeah, I witnessed it. But truth stay when the money walk out. When the crowd disappear, when the fans shout out. You can twist the lens, you can edit the clip. But truth a heavyweight won't take a trip. It sits on your chest at 3 a.m. No filter, no friend, no amen. Truth remains when the stage go dark. When the label drop you, when they miss the mark. Truth remains when the phone don't ring. When the fair weather flock take a different way. You can bury it deep, put a stone on top. Truth crawl out and it never stops. Truth remains. Truth remains. Like a scar that heal a feel. Truth pain. I saw a king fall from a plastic throne. Turns out the crown was alone, not owned. Everybody clap when the check's clear, but where they go when the struggle appear? I learned young, smiles are cheap, loyalty costs and most can't keep. They trade your name for a better door, then act surprised when you reach stuff no more. Truth don't shout, truth don't plead. Truth just sit like a buried seed and one day crack the concrete ground. While your fake world don't make a sound, you can hire a choir to sing your lie. Put glitter on garbage in a blue sky, but the smell come through when the heat turn on. And truth still there when your whole crew gone. Truth remains when the stage goes dark. Truth stay pop blue when they miss the mold. Facts. Truth remains when the phone don't ring. When the fair weather block take a different way. You can bury it deep, put a stone on top. Truth crawl out and it
ask me why you so cold. I ask why you so sold. Sold to the likes, sold to the views, sold to the people you never choose in a real fight. Truth ain't popular, or truth ain't polite. To the last man standing when the flashlights die. You want a friend or you want a fact? You want a path? Teacher want the impact.
Silence, then heartbeat returns.
I don't need your validation, I need your asses. To the mirror and show your fractures. You fragment, you edit, you crop, you cut, but the original frame don't give a what. I walk through the fire, no water, no friend. Came out the other side, truth my only land. You can kick a fake love, you can fake smile. Truth my religion, I'll walk every mile. When the reaper comes for the final chat, he won't ask for your follower stats. He won't check you, will check your rank, cover charge. You can ask, did you stand, did you bold, did you lie to the ones who trusted you close? Truth remains when the stage go dark. Like I never drop you when they miss the mark. Miss it, miss it. Truth remains when the phone don't ring. When the fair where the flock take a different way. You can bury it deep, put a stone on top, top. Truth crawl out and it never stops. Truth remains. Truth remains. Like it's scarlet, he was still show pain. Truth don't need a Truth don't need a stage.
Heartbeat slows us. Last, sub-bass, rumble, stop.
Truth cut me open again. I saw your face behind the smoke. You smiled while you broke the oath. I gave you trust, you gave me rope. Now every word is a microscope. You said we ride until the end, but you were folding with your friends. The knife was there, you played pretend. Now even silence won't defend. I heard your name from a dead man's phone. He coughed my truth before he grown. You took the cash, I took the bone. Now I walk the street alone. The mirror shows a bloody cheek. The truth don't speak, it makes you weak. You think I'm lost, I found my peak. The deepest cut, so what I keep? Yeah, cut deep. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. You can't lie to a scar that bleeds. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. I don't sleep, I just count the D's. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. Every promise is a knife beneath. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. You smile now, I watch you weep. You wore a mask, I wore the chain. You played the same, I took the pain. You ran the mouth, I ran the rain. Now you're asking me to explain. Explain the blood under your nails. Explain the envelope when my fails. You sold my name for half the sales. Now karma comes without the scales. I trust it slow, you lie too fast. You built a future from my past. I thought the love was built to last, but love is just a knife and cast. The truth is not a pretty song. It grabs your neck and pulls along. It proves the weak, it proves the wrong. And now you hear it in my gong, gong, gong. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. You can't hide from a wound that speaks. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. I see the red beneath the sneak. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. You fake the love, I fake the weak. Truth cuts deep. Truth cuts deep. This is the gospel of the street. The deepest truth is the one you buried. The sharpest blade is the one you carry. You thought I'd break, you thought I'd fold, but truth is fire, truth is cold. Now feel the blade. Now feel the train. You made the bed, I watch it fade. Truth cuts deep, truth cuts deep. Bleed the lie until it's cheap. Truth cuts deep, truth cuts deep. This is the promise that I keep. Truth cuts deep, truth cuts deep. You stole the truth.
still standing. And you're just another scar I don't need to cover. This is a test. This is a broken broadcast. You will not receive clarity. Clarity.
Microphone dead, but the red lights blinking. Promises cut before the audience blinking. Suit on fire, but the tie keeps choking. Truth in the basement, yeah, the press is joking. They sold tomorrow for a headline spot. Handshake firm, but the pinkies right. I heard the speech through a broken speaker. Same verse, different fraud leader. We don't forget, we just talk out the lies. Store 'em in the cloud with the alibi skies. Every broadcast ends with a backdoor click. You swore it was fixed, but we saw the trick.
Broken promises broadcast live.
No, nobody survives, but we still revive.
Static in the promise, echo in the hand.
You sold us the land, but we own the sand.
Broken promises broadcast live.
Shut up and march, or shut up and dive.
We heard the whisper behind the applause.
Broken promises, broken laws. Election teeth behind the smiling blade. Another puppet show where the debts get paid. They wave the flag while they pick the pocket. Talk about the future, then they freeze the rocket. I read the transcript backwards for the code. Found a second meaning in the heavy load. You'll get your check when the cameras to leave. That's the fine print, only ghosts believe. Teleprompter slip for a half a second. Real attention peaked and the screen got wrecked. And the anchor laughed with a golden two. Same broken promise from my parents.
Broken promises broadcast live.
No, nobody survives, but we still revive.
Static in the promise, echo in the hand.
You sold us the land, but we own the sand.
Broken promises broadcast live.
Shut up and march, or shut up and dive.
We heard the whisper behind the applause.
Broken promises, broken laws.
They said, trust the process. I said, trust the silence after the check clears.
I'm done with the speech that's written in reverse. Done with the blessing that comes with the curse. You get fasted the beast, then you load the hearse. Broken promises, that's your only verse. I don't want your apology on a 6 p.m. slot. I want the raw tape before I got right. Every promise you made at a hidden door. Every headline you cut left blood on the floor. You think we forgot? We got long memories stored in the muscle, not the commentary. Broadcast another lie, we'll decode the frame. Same devil, different soup, but we know the name. We don't ride for nothing, we ride for the pattern. You promise us the letter, then you broke the letter in the language. The trust is a dead frequency, so now we're talking bass and brutality.
Broken promises broadcast live.
Nobody survives, but we still revive.
Static in the promise, echo in the hand.
You sold us the land, but we own the sand.
Broken promises broadcast live.
Shut up and march, or shut up and dive. We heard the whisper behind the applause. Broken promises, broken laws.
This broadcast will now terminate, but the promise never ends.
Yo, they told me, yo, let's go, hey,
They told me keep my head down, don't you make a sound. Let the lions wear the crown, let them run this town. But I seen the evidence, I read between the lines. A broken clock is right twice, but truth don't need no time. You can bend the story, you can pay the news. You can put my name in dirt, you can feel your cruise. But facts don't care about your feelings or your pride. Truth is a patient killer and is waiting right outside. I walked through the fire, I ate the concrete. I shook hands with snakes, I danced with deceit. But every lie you sold me had a rotten bed. fake love crumble, I seen fake friends run. Seen 100 silver tongues melt under the sun. You can buy a crowd, you can buy a headline, but you can't buy the finish line when you're running blind. I'm not a saint, I got dirt on my own hands, but I never built a castle on somebody else's land. Every step I took it in the real rain. Every scar I got it from real pain. So save your excuses, save your alibis. Truth don't wear a mask, truth don't tell no lies. It hits like a freight train, slow but sure. You can patch the wound, but there ain't no cure. Truth always wins. Yeah, it always splits the night, always wins. You can't hide from the real life. Truth always wins. Watch the castle turn to dust. Every lie you ever touched is gonna turn to rust. Truth always wins. Put your money on the fact, money more than clears out. Only real will stay intact. Only real always wins. And I'm standing in the proof. You can swing your fake sword, but I'm holding the truth. This ain't a sermon, this ain't a lesson learned in school. This is what the gutter taught me when they called me a fool. You can cheat the system, you can cheat the crowd, but you can't cheat the echo when you're talking to the shroud. The truth don't need a lawyer, don't need a press release. It just sits there in the dark and waits for you to rest in peace. Not revenge, not karma, not a sort of high grace. Just a simple fact that lies can't stay inside the same space. So thank you for the battle, thank you for the war. You show me who I am, I don't need to be more. I'm just a man who saw the lie and called it by his name. And now you get to live with the sound of your own shame. Truth always wins. Every lie begins, every lie descends. Truth always wins. Truth always wins. Pull the curtain back, see the skeleton. Truth always wins. Truth always wins. You can bend the rod, you can't break the lens. Truth always wins. Truth always wins. Put your hands up now. This is where it begins. They asked me how I knew the truth would take so long. I said, truth ain't a bullet, it's a cancer. And the cancer always wins. Truth always wins. They don't tell you the cost. They just hand you the paper and smile. Let me count the zeros on my backbone. I walk through the hallway of closed doors. Every knob had a label with my name in fine print. They said, sign here if you wanna breathe tomorrow. I lap on my lap, had a crack in the middle. My mother raised me to count my blessings. She never said blessings come with interest rates. Now I owe a favor for every sunrise. And the collector's not gentle, but they always enter. I remember when permission was a nod across the street. Now it's a contract that bleeds in 17 clauses. They asked for my thumbprint, then my father's grave, then the last good dream I hadn't sold to the morning. How much for my shadow? How much for my silence? How much for the teeth I don't show anymore? Tell me the number, I'll write the check, but know that checks come with consequences. This is the price of permission. You bend your neck and you pay the tuition. They give you keys, but the door has a second lock. You climb the ladder, but the rung is a stock. This is the price of permission. Your skin is the leash, your blood is the deposit. They smile and shake and then they pocket your future. Now welcome to the club where nobody chose you. I saw a man who refused to pay once. He's still standing, but nobody sees him. They painted him gray and called it a shadow. Now he works the night shift inside a mirror. I learned the language of small surrenders. Give up your favorite color, then your favorite grudge. Then the name you love calls you in the darkness. Then the scar you lied about at the border. Every yes I ever said was a funeral. Every signature a shovel of dirt on a coffin. They told me just this one 7,000 times. Now my spine is a receipt and my ribs are a barcode. How much for peace? How much for my anger? How much for the fist I keep behind my back? Tell me the toll I'll pay in cracked bones, but bones remember where they were broken. This is the price of permission. You bend your neck and you pay the tuition. They give you keys but the door has a second lock. Who climbed the ladder but the rung is a stock. This is the price of permission. Your skin is the lease, your blood is the deposit. They smile and shake and then they pocket your future. Now welcome to the club where nobody chose you. One day I'll stop asking, one day I'll just take. Not permission, not a key, not a handshake. Just my two fists in the memory of every small death. They built this cage with my own signatures. I sign my own chains in cursive. Pretty loops, pretty lies, pretty price for a pretty life. But pretty things burn too, that's the price. That's the price. That's the price. That's the price of permission.
Yeah. They don't want you to know this, but silence dies today. Truth is not a friend. Truth is a mirror. And mirrors don't blink. I seen the fake smiles in the boardroom glow. Handshakes that cut deeper than the blade below. They trade your name for a pocket full of hollow, then act surprised when the roots refuse to follow. I walk through the fire where the lies turn to vapor. Every trust me sounded like a broken skyscraper. Now I don't need a witness, I don't need a paper. The truth in my chest is a permanent tattoo gator. You can bend the lens, you can pay the news anchor, you can wrap the poison in a silk handkerchief. But the moment comes when the floor just anchors, a mask falls off like a dead autumn leaf. I bury my kindness where the concrete splits. Now I speak in stone cause the softness quit. Every lie you sold had a counterfeit glitch. Truth don't beg, truth just sits. Truth is forever, you can't delete the date. You can run the clock but you can't change the way. Snap your false idols at the Golden Gate. Truth walks through walls, truth never waits. Truth is forever, not a word, not a phrase. It's the scar that remains when you burn the maze. You can crown the liar, give him all the praise. Truth breaks the throne in unhealable ways. Hey, hey, hey. I watched a man trade his spine for a parking space, sold his daughter's future for a rented face. Now he stands on the balcony, king of the case, but the truth crawled in and ate his hiding place. You think forever means a long set of years, forever means the echo that survives that disappear. When your army, your followers evaporates in fear. Truth still stands where you left your spear. I don't argue with ghosts, I don't fight with the fake. I just open the door and let gravity take. Every castle built on the forgotten earthquake, every trophy polished from a personal mistake. Some of you will hate this, that's fine by me. Truth in a melody, truth is a surgery. No anesthesia, no apology, just the sound of a lie hitting reality. Truth is forever, you can't delete the date. You can run the clock, but you can't change the way. Stack your false idols at the Golden Gate. Truth walks through walls, truth never waits. Truth is forever, not a word, not a phrase. It's the scar that remains when you burn the maze. You can crown the liar, give him all the praise. Truth breaks the throne in unhealable ways. They ask me, what's the point if the truth hurts more? I say, what's the point of a key that avoids the door? A lie is alone. The truth is what you pay back, and interest always comes in black. So go ahead, build your cathedral of smoke. Name your price, tell your favorite joke. But when the last candle chokes and the mirror cracks, truth is forever, and it don't take naps.
falls. Truth never waits. Wait, 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 wait. You can crown a liar, give him all the praise. Truth breaks the throne in unhealable ways. You heard me. Truth doesn't need believers. Truth just is. I never heard it coming. Click. Facts in my mouth, brass knuckles on the tongue. Silence cut deep, now the weeping begun. You smiled in my face, but the blaze already swung. Truth hit different when the lie gets hung. One sentence, backbone crack, 2 words, empire fall back. No mask, no prayer, no second attack. I don't shoot the wound, I shoot through the crack. Every promise you broke, I get to my jaw. Every snake in the grass, I recorded the crawl. You the trust was a shield, no, that's a flaw. Truth is a fist and I don't need a law. Breathing slow, now hold it. Lie dies fast when I unfold it. Trophies made from the secret you sold. My tongue's a revolver, my breath is the cold. Go, 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 go. Truth is a weapon, no holster, no safety. One verse from me, leave your whole world crazy. You hide behind friends, I hide in plain sight. Pull the pin with my teeth. Good night. Truth is a weapon, no mercy, no trial. You built your castle on a bed of denial. I don't throw stones, I throw evidence back. 1 round of real, and your kingdom go crack. Second verse, no bandage, no glue. I remember every date that you lied to the crew. Every I got you was a dagger in 2. Now the ledger's open and the ink is the truth. Click, clack, pen stroke like a round in the chest. You wanted loyalty, should've passed the test. You wanted respect, should've bled with the rest. Now your name get mentioned with a bullet impressed. I don't argue with archive, I don't threaten. I arrive 3 facts in a row, watch the empire divide. You was never a king, just a ram to a pride. Truth ain't pretty, truth ain't polite. Truth come heavy like a brick through the night. You can run, you can spin, you can beg, you can fight, but the weapon don't jam and I'm aiming it right. Truth is a weapon, no holster, no safety. 1 verse from me, leave your whole world crazy. You hide behind friends, I hide in plain sight. Pull the pin with my teeth. Good night. Truth is a weapon, no mercy, no trial. You built your castle on a bed of denial. I don't throw stones, I throw evidence back. 1 round of real, and your kingdom go crack. You thought the truth was a conversation piece? No. It's the hammer after the trial. It's the knock on your door at 3 a.m. It's your own words coming back to identify the body. I didn't start the war. I just brought the last document. Read it, or burn with it. Or burn with it. Third verse, no chorus to save you. Every lie you sold, I engraved you. You wanted a mirror, here's the grave you. Truth don't forgive and it won't behave to. Step 1, name the date. Step 2, show the fake. Step 3, watch them separate like blood from a stone, like trust from a snake. I ain't a killer, but I read the obituary. You died the first time you lied in a century. Now I'm just a mailman, delivery secondary. 2 stamp sign, no sanctuary. Boom, bass drop, your crew feel the tremor. You built on sand, but to remember, every false prophet becomes a burnt ember. Truth is a weapon, and I'm the last member. Truth is a weapon. Weapon. No safety. Click. Click.